Science. 4. Force and energy. 4. Force and energy. In this chapter, you will learn about force and its different types. The types of simple machines commonly used. The energy and its different types. Force. A train moves because an engine pulls it. A rickshaw driver moves the rickshaw by pushing the pedals. A lawn mower is pushed across a lawn to cut the grass. Thus, a thing moves when it is pulled or pushed. A push or pull on an object is called force. We use force to move a stationary object, to move a moving object, to make a moving object move faster, to slow down a moving object, to change the direction of a moving object, to change the shape and size of an object. Types of forces. There are different types of forces. Muscular force. When we push, pull or lift something, we apply our muscular force. Gravitational force. When we throw a ball up, it goes up and then falls to the ground. Fruits from a tree fall to the ground. When you jump up, you come back to the earth. In fact, everything thrown up falls back to the earth. Some force pulls all things towards the earth. It is called the force of gravity. Water flows from a higher level to a lower level because of the force of gravity. Frictional force. Why does a rolling ball stop after some time? Because of the force of friction. The force of friction slows down a moving object. We on the floor walk because of this frictional force. Elastic force. A stretched rubber band regains its original position if you release it because of its elastic force. Elastic force arises when we change a body's shape. Mechanical force. Most simple machines make use of mechanical force. For example, a pair of scissors uses mechanical force to cut something. Buoyant force. If we push down a mug or a block of wood floating on water, we feel an upward push of water on the floating object. It is called buoyant force or upthrust. This force acts on every object, even on you when you enter a swimming pool. Simple machines. Simple machines are man-made devices that make our job easy to do. The machines we use are complex devices made of a combination of simple machines like levers, wedges, screws, gears, wheels and axle, and pulleys. They magnify a force to give a mechanical advantage. Lever. A lever is a simple machine we use to lift objects. The lever is a rod that is free to move about a fixed point. It is used to increase the force applied by us. For example, a long bar is used to move a boulder. Sometimes a lever is used to decrease the force to perform delicate jobs, like the tweezers a surgeon uses to perform an operation. All levers have three parts. Fulcrum is the point where the lever gets the support. The force that we use on the lever is called the effort, and the weight lifted is called the load. There are three classes of lever. First class lever. It has the fulcrum between the load and the effort. For example, seesaw, pliers, scissors, etc. Second class lever. It has the load between the fulcrum and the effort. For example, nutcracker, bottle opener, wheelbarrow, etc. Third class lever. It has the effort between the fulcrum and the effort. For example, stapler, forceps, fishing rods, and ice tongs. Inclined plane. An inclined plane is a slope which makes work easy. Walking up a slope is easier than climbing a ladder to the same height. When workers have to load or unload a truck, they use a plank of wood as an inclined plane. In hospitals, inclined planes called ramps are provided next to the staircases. This helps in pushing up wheelchairs carrying patients easily. Cars and scooters can move to a higher level easily if there is a slope joining the lower and the upper levels. Even a road up a hill is an inclined plane. Though these roads make us travel longer distance, the journey is smoother and safer. Did you enjoy rides down a slide when you were younger? A slide is an inclined plane. Pulley. A pulley is a simple machine we use to lift heavy loads. We can also take objects to places that are hard to reach. We need less force to lift the object when we use a pulley. There are two types of pulleys: fixed pulleys, movable pulleys. The pulley used for drawing water from a well is called a fixed pulley. It is fitted to some support. A rope is passed over the pulley. The load is attached to one end of the rope. To pull the bucket up, effort is used downwards at the other end of the rope. Here, the the effort moves through the distance as the load. A fixed pulley makes work easy by changing the direction of force. A small pulley is also used on a flagpole to hoist a flag. Movable pulleys are used to lift very heavy loads. They help to reduce the effort because the weight is supported by two sections of the rope. Wheel and axle. A wheel and axle is a simple machine with a wheel that turns on the axle. The distance around the wheel is greater than the distance around the axle. Less force is needed to turn the wheel than to turn the axle. Work is easier to do. Sewing machines. Bicycles and grinding machines have the wheel and axle in them. A wheel with teeth is called a gear. Teeth are made to fit together. When one gear turns, it turns another gear also. Screw. A screw looks like a nail with grooves cut in it. It has a winding edge called the thread. It takes less force to insert a screw in a wood than a nail. Therefore, the screw increases a force. The threads hold the wood more firmly than a nail. A screw is actually an inclined plane wound round a rod. A screw jack we use to lift a can works on the principle of a screw. Revolving stools, base of some light bulbs, pen caps have screws. Activity. Take a sheet of paper. Cut out a right-angled triangle. Color the edge opposite to the right angle. That will be the longest side. Wrap the edge round a stick. The colored inclined edge forms the edges of the screw. This proves that a screw is an inclined plane. Energy. Energy is the capacity to do work. Whenever work is done, energy is used up. Machines get energy from the fuel they consume or use some other form of energy for doing work. Cars and scooters use petrol. Trucks and buses use diesel. Steam engines and thermal power stations use coal. A table fan or ceiling fan uses electrical energy to work. A water pump uses electricity to pump up water from a well. You also need energy to do work. How do we get energy? We get energy from the food we eat. Different forms of energy. Mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the energy possessed by an object due to its motion or its position. Mechanical energy can be either kinetic energy, energy of motion, or potential energy, stored energy of position. A moving car possesses mechanical energy due to its motion, kinetic energy. A drawn bow possesses mechanical energy due to its structured position, elastic potential energy. Solar energy. Solar energy is one of the most useful forms of energy. The sun is the most important source of heat energy. Energy from the sun is called solar energy. When we hang our clothes to dry in the sun, we use the energy of the sun. Calculators, solar cookers, street lights, and solar heater have been made to work directly with the help of solar energy. Geothermal energy. The word geothermal comes from the Greek word geo, earth, and thermi, heat. So, geothermal energy is the heat within the earth. We can use the steam and hot water produced inside the earth to heat buildings or generate electricity. Geothermal energy is a renewable energy source because the water is replenished by rainfall and the heat is continuously produced inside the earth. Wind energy. Wind energy is plentiful, renewable, widely distributed, clean, and non-polluting. Therefore, we can say it is more environment-friendly than many other energy sources. Wind power is the conversion of wind energy into a useful form, such as electricity using wind turbines. Hydropower, water energy. Hydroelectric plants produce electricity by using energy from falling water. The engines in these power stations are run by moving water to produce electricity. Such engines contain water wheels and turbines. The electricity produced by using the energy of falling water is called hydroelectricity. Law of conversion of energy. We cannot create or destroy energy. Energy just changes from one form to another. The total energy of an object never decreases or increases. Round up. A push or pull on an object is called a force. There are different types of forces: muscular force, gravitational force, frictional force, elastic force, mechanical force, and buoyant force. Simple machines are man-made devices that make a job easy to do. Levers, inclined planes, pulleys, wheels and axles, and screws are simple machines. Energy is the capacity to do work. There are different forms of energy: mechanical energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, wind energy, hydro energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, and electrical energy.